I promise you, Michigan fans, I had something for you. We're going to cover that today. We're going to look at Jadyn Davis. He said some things in the media that I kind of liked, that I'm very interested in, that I wanted to share with you guys. We're going to go over his recruiting profile, his highlights as well, like we always do. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We cover the young players in college football through the transfer portal, through the high school recruiting classes. We're covering the 2025 recruiting class every single day, player by player, just deep diving them, and we'll go heavier throughout the offseason as well. You need to click that button so you know more about those young players who are making plays for your team. But this is what I want to show you right here on Twitter. This is what he said about Bryce Underwood. And I've seen a lot of opinions on this. What he said is, I've never been scared to compete when talking about entering the transfer portal due to Bryce Underwood. And I've seen a lot of people say some negative stuff about that because they look at Bryce Underwood and he's a specimen. We like him. I'm very intrigued with him. All the good stuff. But what I see from this is a young player who's got his mind right. He's got his mindset. He's focusing. He wants to compete. He wants to put his best foot forward. And what else you going to say? You going to be woe is me to the media? Or you going to complain about it? You're going to just enter. What do you want him to say? What do you want him to do? So when you say something like that, that's positive. I think that's great. That's in a good light. And no matter where he's at, what he's doing, and he's competing, you know what his mindset's at. And now when I was clipping the highlights off of him, I can kind of get it now where his mindset is at. And we're going to go over those in the highlights. But looking at him as a recruit, he's a 4-star prospect. 202 pounds back then. It's vastly different now. But that's back then. They're not changing this. But QB9 in the rankings on both sets. One of the top quarterbacks in the class. But what I like to look at, if you're new here, is the offers. 32 offers, which is very solid. Very solid. Especially a quarterback going to Michigan, a quarterback that's ranked 9th in the class. And then you want to look at who's sending the offers. Michigan, Alabama, Auburn, Clemson. He's got ties to all these schools. All these schools were after him. The market was hot for him. The market was hot for him because he's good at playing quarterback. At the high school level, he was put on notice, and they were after him. They liked him. They're intrigued with him. They're not going to waste time and resources chasing bad players that don't have potential. They're saying he has a lot of potential. I look at that just as much as I look at the star ratings, 4-star, 5 stars, the rankings and all that. Kind of just bake it all together. The amount of offers, who's offering and all that. And it's good. Playing elite level finals, and we are a big time prospect coming out of high school. There's a lot of good things about his game, like they said in the scouting report. Named North Carolina's Mr. Football back in 2023, and we're locked in with Michigan, like we know, but we got some competition right now, and he's saying the right things. We have good production, 43 passing touchdowns in 2023. 43 again in 2022, so we got production that's good. Looking at the other recruiting sites, going over here to On3, 4-star with everybody, ranked high with everybody. On3 is a little bit lighter on him at QB 17, but in the industry rankings, they got him at 8. Looking at some other schools down here, Georgia, North Carolina, Ohio State, big time programs after him. That's a very good sign. And now, when we look at his highlights, think about what he said. Think about how he's playing the game here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if I'm a Michigan fan, I'm just happy that I have a quarterback room that's competitive, that's talented. Guys want to be there. Guys want to compete. Guys want to put their best foot forward. And maybe if he does have to hit the portal, you know what? You send him on his way. He's better for life going forward. But this is a guy that I think you need to rally behind at least and root for good things to happen. So watch these clips, and I'll point it out when I see it, because I was just making sure things are clipped. We always go over the high school highlights on these young guys. Standing tall in the pocket, fitting it into the window. Confidence in his arm. Confidence that he can place it. Confidence in the pocket stepping up. Eyes downfield, rolling out. Bam. Right there. So what does that tell me? Those last 2 plays tell me that he's going to stick with the play. He's got confidence. The mindset's in his playing style. He's not afraid to fit it downfield. This is a player Now, like, you compare him to, like, a DJ Lagway or something like that, and you're going to be like, oh, he's not like that or this. But this is a player that has a very good head on his shoulders, that has a good mindset to him. You'll see this on some of these plays that he's facing adversity with. Eyes downfield. He could have took off with that. You see all that space? Eyes downfield. Pushes it downfield. Patient. Good command back there. You see him looking off. Bam. Finds his guy. Finds his guy. That's what I like about Jadyn Davis. That's what I like about him. And I like learning about these prospects. I like just looking at their upside, the good in their game, rooting for them. And I like sharing what I find. And I like it when you guys share what you find too. And that's what I see in that. I saw a lot of people say some negative stuff about that. Like rolling their eyes and stuff with the emojis about that, Bryce Underwood and stuff. But honestly, I'm seeing guys see competition and straight transfer and transfer to be a backup somewhere else when you're already a backup where you're at, and just staying and competing, putting your best foot forward, not saying anything negative. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a guy that's ready to compete. He's got some dog in him. And sometimes those are types of players that will surprise you. Those are types of players that will sometimes surprise you. And it's not like he's a slouch quarterback prospect or anything like that. It's not like that. Again, not saying he's going to beat anybody out or anything like that. I don't really do projections with these guys. I kind of like point out the good things in their game and hope for the best for them and be excited to watch them. Honestly, I'm a fan like you guys on these recruits and these young players, and I root for them, especially when I see a trait like that of the player's mindset. Like, what else do you expect them to say? You rooting for someone to be sad in the media? Is that what people are doing? Like, I don't understand that. Stepping up, chilling in the pocket, and if he goes somewhere else, just root for him, man. Just root for him. It's part of your tree. There he goes. On the run. Gets it out there. Rolling out. Looking downfield. There he is. Bam. Right out there. Right out in front of him. Stepping up. Throwing it downfield. Right down their back corner. A guy that sticks with the play. Pushes it downfield. Confidence in his arm. He doesn't rely. Like, he's not like those naturally gifted quarterbacks with like the strongest arm that can push it all the way downfield. He's got to rely on the mindset on some of this. But right there, he's got some good accuracy downfield and pushes it downfield. He's got good anticipation. Very like that. Like that. Like a feel. Like a feel of what's going on. This is like junior tape because he didn't do this with his senior tape. Usually when you're getting like 32 offers and all that, one, you're busy, and two, you're locked in. You're good to go. You're just having to make a choice. You don't have to really like push yourself out there. However, if someone from his camps watches, I do recommend just getting your senior tape out there. You do not know what life is going to throw at you. Just get it all out there. Anybody that's in the recruiting process, just get it all out there. Just get it all out there. I have nothing to hide. Just put it all out there. Just get it out there. He's not hiding anything, but just get it out there. Precautionary and everything. Boom. Gets it out. Just getting it out. Firing it away. Just firing it away. You have to look at these guys as developmental prospects, molds of clay. And the one thing I'm seeing out of this guy is good composure. He's very chill back there. Bam, moves up in the pocket. Confidence in what he sees in his arm. That's what I like about him. That's what I like about him. And I feel like a guy with a good mindset, there it is. Look at that pocket. There's a lot of times I'm talking about quarterbacks that are rated high. I'm just sitting there waiting for them to have some adversity in the highlights. Some adversity. Pocket breakdown just a little bit. Them having to step up just a little bit. Just waiting for that, hoping for that. Just see what it looks like. This is a good quarterback prospect. Stepping up. Bam, gets it out there. This does, like, honestly, what he said too, he didn't say he wouldn't transfer. He also didn't say he's going to stay. He said he's ready to compete. And honestly, he's just focused on what's at hand. He's in the moment. And being in the moment is another mindset thing. Like, to me, from what I gather, that this is a guy that's always just looking to compete. He's going to be looking to put his best foot forward. He's going to be analyzing everything. That's what I gather from that. And I'm gathering that from the tape as well. I try to gather more than just the play. I try to gather like how these players kind of think too, and try to get the story around them. And I think this is a quarterback with a good head on his shoulders. I think this is a quarterback that Michigan fans should just rally around no matter what happens in the future. I think you got a good prospect. I think you guys got a good quarterback room there. I think you guys should be excited about that. But again, Jadyn Davis, fun quarterback prospect to pay attention to. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know I said some different things that you probably don't hear from anywhere else. But again, I like to look at these prospects. I like to learn about them. I see things. I try to take them in. I just like learning the game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.